Okay, so what are we going to do about this? Maybe you're resonating with some of what I've said. You recognize that you can get stuck in this overfunctioning dynamic and you want to fix things, of course. So here's a plan in action to start off. First, run a 24-hour test. Okay, this is going to be a break, total break from overfunctioning in the relationship. And this is going to be hard, I know, because it's not what you're used to. This means no managing your partner, no pushing for deep conversations, no emotional coaching. Just focus on the basics with them, just logistical communication only, okay? Doesn't mean that you need to pull back emotionally, but it does mean that you need to try to restrain yourself from the behaviors that are associated with that kind of overfunctioning dynamic, just for 24 hours, okay? And you're just going to wait, and you're just going to see how your partner responds. And hopefully your partner recognizes what's going on. Maybe they recognize the emotional distance that's being created. They recognize that something is kind of off. And so maybe they'll approach you about it and they'll say, hey, what's going on? I feel like things are a little bit off between us. Or maybe they will begin to step up and start doing the things that you want them to do. Give it 24 hours, sometimes 48 hours can be helpful. So you give them a little bit more time to notice the dynamic of what's happening. But run this test and practice being comfortable with the discomfort of not doing the things that you are impulsively kind of pushed to do in this dynamic, okay? You need to be practicing breathing through the discomfort of sitting with, okay, I'm not going to push them to do this. I'm not going to take over this task for them, even though I feel like it needs to be done, even though I really want them to do it. I'm going to hold back here. And then just observe. Notice if they stepped up. If they do, then that's promising. If they don't, then that might be a red flag. And we can go on to these future steps. Next, after you've run the test, I want you to actually have a conversation with your partner about this. And how you have this conversation really makes a big difference. Okay, so try to start with I feel statements, talking about your own emotions, and not going into blame or criticism of your partner as much as you possibly can. Focus on making it about you two working on this issue as a team, you two versus the issue, and collaborating on a solution. So you can try something like, hey, I love you, but lately I feel like I've been doing a lot of the emotional work in the relationship, and that makes me feel really lonely, makes me feel really frustrated. So I wonder if we could work together to find a way for us to contribute more equally in the relationship moving forward. Or something like, hey, are you open to working with me as a team on this? The key here is to invite partnership, not slip into that criticism or blame that can make your partner pull away.